Hey everyone, if you ever wanted high quality headphones that built in United States without charging a lot of money, this one may be the one that you are looking for. This model is Horizon Closed Carbon from SJY Audio, which is built in Texas, US of A, using CNC machine aluminum headband with full grain leather, custom planar magnetic square shaped diaphragm with closed back carbon fiber cups specifically tuned for high sound quality output and bass quality control of these cups. These are magnetically attached so you can easily pull it out, all custom built by hand by SJY Audio. In the back of these pads, it has custom shapes to fine-tune all the frequency to give you best sound quality out of these headphones. For the build quality wise, it has solid feeling to it. I've been using this Horizon closed back since prototype that they released, so I use it for like a few weeks and I send it back for finer tuning. So what improved is these movement areas are much quieter and these areas are much a little bit more tighter as well, tighter tolerance and more solid feeling in terms of fitment wise, and it stopped making all those noise from the cap and that this metal attachment area that I experienced in the prototype, but this one is highly improved in final version. So price is $10.99, which is in my opinion reasonably priced for today's offering, built in the US and using all custom parts, and most of them are made by hand. So overall build quality is very good for the price that they are selling it for. Fitments and everything is very decent for my head, although it may not hug you super tight and well maintained on your head, especially when you're moving, right? Even when you're listening your music, if you move your head around and just following the flow of the music, when you start moving your head, and then it might starting to slip out a little bit, because this one, the headband is nice and flexible, so it doesn't have grip on your head. So which is a good thing as well in my opinion. If it's too tight, due to the a little bit heavier side of these cups, you may end up getting a little bit of fatigue by wearing it if it's too tight. It sits well, it fits well, and sound very nice as they set up from the factory. Although I try to bend it a little bit inward like this just to have a little bit more hug and a little bit tighter fitment. This sliding adjustment rod works great, but I would love a little bit more tighter on this rod as well, but it's no big deal, just stating my experience. And then these cups are specifically tuned for that. You need to make sure put it in the right position. The way it's fit is nice and comfortable with good padding on it without a lot of pressure on your ears, so which is very good quality build. If you are used to plastic headphones, then it may be a little bit on heavier side for you. Fitment is really nice. I like the quality of the foam that they use in these cups. It has nice and squishy feeling with very nice comfort when you're wearing it. These are not type of headphones that are designed to use in jogging or moving around. When I started using this closed carbon in my system, I used this Mac Studio direct 3.5 millimeter out, and I was listening my own voice and enjoying my music. I find it to be totally lacking in terms of sound quality. Sound is shallow and flat because the built-in amplifier or headphone stage out of Mac Studio is not so great. Horizon impedance is 11 ohm and they rate it for 90 dB sensitive, but actual sensitivity when you listen in music, sensitivity is, I would say, 86 to 87 dB range in general, right? That how much it's going to be in terms of sensitivity wise. I tried this closed carbon with a few different headphone stages, including my integrated amplifier Accuphase E4000 built-in headphone stage, FIO K17 headphone stage, as well as X2O TA32 tube output headphone stage as well. So all those pairing, the X2O TA32 turns out to be my favorite combination in terms of sound quality, driving power, and synergy wise. For the headphone amplifier stage with this Horizon closed carbon, I would say minimum has to be 1500 milliamp to be able to drive these. More the merrier, as you know. So when I'm using X2O TA32, I thoroughly enjoy the experience. So when I'm using this with K17 from FIO, I find it to be the upper range and lower highs region notes are slightly lacking in refinement and precision in those notes regions. That is using standard Horizon cable that come with it. So I was a little curious and I changed it to Apple's 4-pin XLR headphone cables, and it's improved a little bit, but still synergy is not there for me to enjoy my music. So I end up switching whole setup to X2O TA32, playing music with WeAmp Ultra, streaming online music or streaming music from my Sony NAS through this WeAmp Ultra and using the X2O headphone output stage with this SJY. So overall sound quality, clean, neutral, and precise with good refinement in across the frequency range without overemphasizing any frequencies. Not boomy bass or not too forward highs or not too forward mids or none of that. Overall frequency is well balanced and clean sound quality with rich tonality. What most impressed me is depth of the soundscape and deep soundstage that it can produce, as well as good and precise stereo image that it can deliver. So which is totally enjoyable. Doesn't matter type of the music that I listen to. I listen to a bunch of different music, right? Modern music to all the way classical music, pretty much every genre and every era that available, because that's how much my music collection and how much music that I use in genre testing. So when I'm listening to AC/DC, it gives me nice depth and good punchiness and good engaging tonality. Even those kind of riffs and hard rock rhythm and everything combined, drum solos and human voices are nicely produced without overly rich, not overly neutral either. There is good balance in between in terms of sound reproduction out of this SJY closed carbon. If you pair with certain type of amplification, you may find aforementioned upper mids and lower highs region may need slightly more precision. But if I use the X2O TA32 tube output stage, and that is incredible. The singing voices are cleanly produced, precise notes in all those regions. But if you listen to podcasts or human speaking voices or even monitoring my own voice, it sounded a little bit on flatter side. My tone is a little bit on richer side of tonality, so that is slightly flatter, so richness is slightly reduced in human speaking voices. But if you listen to music, that is less noticeable. This one really needs good amplification. That's the one thing that I like to keep reminding you, because power is really important, but what most important is the synergy, pairing synergy. Doesn't matter type of the DAC or headphone amps or you use. I will say when you find the synergy, you will totally enjoy it. But even if you don't find that really good synergy that click together, you can still enjoy it. But time to time, you may experience aforementioned slight issue in those frequency ranges. And when I'm listening my music, I was like, this is so effortless. Musicality, depth, stereo image, and width, and everything combined. This is the one of the best balanced headphones that I've enjoyed listening to. Doesn't matter what brand or who makes them, regardless of the price, right? In my opinion, they priced it right for good quality fit, good quality buds, and best of all, good sound quality that it can produce, right? When you wearing this Horizon, make sure your caps are on the right position. So my favorite things about this SJY Horizon Closed Carbon is good quality music and sound reproduction with nice comfort in wearing it over time, although it can get a little bit on heavier side. This one weighs probably like a pound or so. It can get a little bit heavier over time, but comfortability and nice fitting of those thick phones, you may not notice it right away. You will only notice if you wear it long enough. Other than that, I mean, there is no issues at all in terms of fitment and wearability. And this one is greatly can improve your listening experience in terms of musicality and effortless sound reproduction. All you have to do is pair it with right headphone amplifier stage and you'll be in audio nirvana. So that is the experience that I like to share with you, my friend. Thank you for watching and happy listening.